What if I told you that the wisdom of a man who lived nearly 2,000 years ago could change the way you live today? Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king of Rome, carried the weight of an empire, yet he found peace, clarity, and strength through Stoicism. In this video, we'll uncover 10 Stoic rules Marcus Aurelius lived by, rules that can change your life forever if you practice them daily. Before we begin, let me ask you, what's the biggest challenge you're facing right now? Stress, fear, or maybe self-doubt? Let me know in the comments, and also tell me which city and country you're watching from, so I can thank you personally. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more Stoic wisdom. Number 1. Control what you can. Accept what you can't. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This is perhaps the foundation of Stoicism, to distinguish between what is in our control and what is not. Marcus faced betrayals in politics, devastating plagues, and even the loss of his own children, events beyond his control. Yet he refused to let despair consume him. Instead, he focused on the one thing always under his command, his mind. Think about how often we suffer because we try to control the uncontrollable. We want others to like us, outcomes to always go our way, and life to unfold exactly as we plan. But Marcus knew this was a recipe for endless frustration. The Stoic approach is simple but powerful. Take charge of your thoughts, actions, and choices, and accept the rest with dignity. Practical application. Each morning, write down 2 lists. On one side, what's in your control, your words, your effort, your attitude. On the other side, what isn't, the weather, other people's opinions, unforeseen problems. Focus only on the first list. Release the second. Marcus found freedom not in controlling Rome, but in mastering himself. So can you, number 2, live each day as if it were your last. Marcus reminded himself daily, do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. This is the Stoic principle of Memento Mori. Remember that you must die. For Marcus, this was not a depressing thought. It was motivation. It reminded him to stop wasting time, to let go of petty worries, and to live fully in the present moment. He ruled during plagues and wars, when death was always near. Instead of pretending life was endless, he used mortality as fuel. Every act of kindness, every moment of duty, every reflection in his journal carried urgency. He knew tomorrow was not promised. For us, this lesson is vital. How many dreams do we delay? How many conversations of love or forgiveness do we postpone, assuming we have endless time? Marcus would say, live now, be kind now, act with virtue now. Practical application. Each morning ask yourself, if this were my last day, what would I do differently? Then do one of those things today, not later, not someday. Today, Memento Mori doesn't diminish life, it intensifies it. Number 3, practice self-discipline. Over pleasure, Marcus Aurelius was emperor of Rome. He could indulge in every luxury imaginable, endless banquets, wealth and comfort, yet he chose simplicity and discipline over excess. Why? Because he understood that pleasure, when uncontrolled, enslaves the soul. He wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Wasted time often comes from chasing momentary pleasures, overeating, gossip, endless entertainment that give us temporary relief but leave us weaker afterward. The Stoics believe true freedom comes not from indulging every desire, but from mastering them. Marcus trained himself to resist temptations, reminding himself that discipline built strength, while indulgence created weakness. For us, this may mean resisting the urge to scroll endlessly on social media first thing in the morning, or saying no to that extra distraction when important work is waiting. Discipline doesn't mean rejecting all joy. It means not being ruled by it. Practical application. Identify one habit of indulgence that weakens your discipline, whether it's overeating, procrastinating online, or wasting hours in distraction. Each morning, commit to one small act of self-discipline, such as delaying gratification or choosing simplicity. Marcus Aurelius showed us that even the most powerful man in the world needed restraint. And if he could live with discipline, so can we. Number 4. Do your duty without complaint. Marcus Aurelius often struggled with fatigue and illness, yet he pushed himself to rise each morning and fulfill his responsibilities. In Meditations, he wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. Why am I created? To bring people together, to serve them." This reveals a fundamental Stoic rule. Life is not meant for comfort alone. It is meant for duty. Marcus could have chosen to rest endlessly in luxury, but he believed purpose was found in service. Complaining about duty only makes the burden heavier. Embracing it with acceptance makes it meaningful. For us, this means facing our obligations, whether at work, within family, or in society, with courage instead of resentment. Complaining doesn't lighten the task. It only wastes energy. By treating each duty as a calling, we transform even mundane responsibilities into opportunities for virtue. Practical application. Each morning, write down one responsibility you might otherwise resist, then remind yourself, this is my role. I was made for this. Fulfilling duties without complaint builds strength of character and deep satisfaction. Number 5. Be kind. Even when others aren't. Marcus Aurelius faced betrayal, criticism and cruelty, even from those closest to him. Yet he refused to let bitterness rule his heart. He wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This Stoic rule is profound. Don't mirror the behavior of those who wrong you. Instead, remain rooted in your own values. Marcus believed kindness was strength, not weakness. Responding with patience and virtue preserved his inner peace, while anger would have enslaved him to others' actions. In our daily lives, we encounter rudeness, drivers cutting us off, co-workers being ungrateful, or family speaking harshly. The instinct is to retaliate, but Stoicism urges us to pause and choose a higher path. By staying kind when others are cruel, we rise above the storm. Practical application. When someone angers you today, ask, what would Marcus Aurelius do? Instead of reacting, respond calmly or simply walk away. Kindness is not about letting people mistreat you. It's about refusing to let them control your inner state. Kindness, practiced, especially in hardship, is true Stoic strength. Number 6. Value simplicity over luxury. Despite being the most powerful man in the world, Marcus Aurelius lived modestly. He avoided excess, choosing simplicity as a path to freedom. He understood that luxury can easily become a trap, creating endless desires and distractions. He wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Happiness for Marcus came from the mind, not material possessions. In our modern age of consumerism, this lesson is urgent. We are constantly told that more possessions equal more happiness. Yet the Stoics knew the opposite is true. The more you desire, the less free you are. Simplicity removes clutter, reduces stress, and sharpens focus on what truly matters. Practical application. Each morning, practice one act of simplicity. Declutter your desk before work. Choose gratitude for what you already have, instead of longing for more. Or remind yourself, if Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, could live simply, so can I. Simplicity is not poverty. It is freedom, the freedom to live with peace instead of endless craving. Number 7, train your mind daily. One of Marcus Aurelius's greatest gifts to the world is his book, Meditations. What many people forget is that he never intended to publish it. It was his private journal, his training ground for the mind. Every day he wrote to himself reminders of virtue, reflections on mortality, lessons on patience, and warnings against arrogance. Writing wasn't about impressing others. It was about disciplining his thoughts. This is a vital Stoic rule. Just as the body needs exercise, the mind needs training. If left unchecked, the mind wanders into fear, jealousy, and distraction. By reflecting daily, you sharpen clarity and strengthen self-control. For us today, journaling or even 5 minutes of reflective thought can serve the same purpose. Instead of letting your mind be hijacked by the day's noise, you anchor it in wisdom. Practical application. Each morning, write for a few minutes in a notebook. Ask, what challenges may I face today, and how will I respond with virtue? Over time, these reflections become your personal meditations, a guidebook for living. Marcus trained his mind as carefully as soldiers train their bodies. That's why his wisdom survives centuries. Number 8. Accept fate with courage. Stoicism teaches the principle of amor fati, love your fate. Marcus Aurelius embodied this rule. He wrote, accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. Marcus faced unimaginable trials, wars across the empire, political betrayal, illness, and the death of many of his children. Yet he did not curse his fate. He accepted it with courage, reminding himself that life is not about controlling destiny. It's about responding with virtue. Acceptance does not mean passivity. It means facing reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. By embracing fate, Marcus freed himself from resentment and despair. For us, this lesson is liberating. Life will always bring hardships, job losses, illnesses, unexpected changes. We cannot control them, but we can control our attitude toward them. When we accept instead of resist, we find strength to endure. Practical application. Each morning, remind yourself, whatever happens today, I will meet it with courage. Write this down or repeat it aloud. This mindset shifts fear into resilience. Marcus knew the universe unfolds as it must. Our role is not to fight fate, but to live honorably within it. Number 9. Remember you are part of a larger whole. Marcus Aurelius believed humans were not isolated individuals, but members of a greater community. He wrote, what brings no benefit to the hive brings none to the bee. This Stoic rule teaches us that self-interest alone cannot bring lasting happiness. True fulfillment comes from serving the whole, family, society, and humanity. As emperor, Marcus could have acted solely for power. Instead, he reminded himself constantly that his duty was to Rome, not himself. This perspective gave his life meaning, even in hardship. In our world, where individual success is glorified, this rule is a counterbalance. Yes, personal goals matter, but life feels richest when connected to something greater. When we help others, contribute to community, or act with compassion, we align with nature's design. Practical application. Each morning ask, how can I contribute today? It could be as small as helping a coworker, showing patience with family, or volunteering time. By thinking like Marcus, you recognize that your strength grows when it serves others. A bee alone cannot thrive, nor can we. Marcus lived by this truth, and so can we. Number 10. Seek inner peace, not external praise. Marcus Aurelius lived at the center of power. Millions of people praised him, yet just as many criticized him. If he had depended on the opinions of others for happiness, his life would have been constant turmoil. Instead, he sought peace within himself. He wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." This Stoic rule reminds us that chasing approval is a prison. External praise is fleeting. It changes with moods, trends, and biases. True freedom comes when you stop basing your worth on what others think and measure it instead by your own integrity. For us today, this is especially important in the age of social media. Many people live for likes, comments, and validation. But Marcus teaches us, inner peace is found in living virtuously, not in winning applause. Practical application. Each morning, ask yourself, did I act according to my values yesterday? If the answer is yes, you are successful, regardless of what anyone else says. By living with integrity, you create unshakable peace. Marcus Aurelius found calm not in being admired, but in being true to himself. Marcus Aurelius carried the weight of an empire through wars, plagues, and betrayal. Yet his 10 Stoic rules gave him calm, clarity, and strength. They were not abstract theories. They were daily practices. He taught himself to control what he could, accept fate, live with simplicity, and serve others with kindness and discipline. These rules are timeless. They don't require wealth, youth, or power. They require intention. If a man burdened with ruling Rome could find peace through Stoicism, so can you. The choice is yours. Will you let life control you, or will you live by principles that bring calm and strength? Marcus shows us the path. It's now up to us to walk it. So tell me, out of these 10 Stoic rules, which one spoke to you the most? Was it Memento Mori, self-discipline, or seeking inner peace? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And also tell me which city and country you're watching from, so I can thank you personally. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Wisdom for Worlds, and hit the bell for more timeless lessons from Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. Remember, wisdom is not just something to read, it's something to live. Start practicing these Stoic rules today, and your life will change forever.